allegations. I know nothing is concrete there, but is there anything you can say in this situation?
Yeah, I mean, I understand the question, obviously, but no, there's no further comment right now.
So I know everybody's in the uproar about, Josh Giddey, right? Even myself, man. I was like, man, how in the world, how is this man still even walking? How is this man still free? But, as I'm sitting over here watching videos about this man, as I'm sitting over here, I'm seeing that he met the girl in the club. That's, once again, that's always my biggest question. How do young women get into clubs, right? And this is what I'm saying. Pretty much proves my point as to these young girls have no incentives, right, to do good, right? They understand the law. They understand that if they mess with someone who is not of their age, that guy's gonna get in trouble and it's gonna blow up in their face. But they understand that they can walk scot-free, right? So that's always my question. They sit up here, get in the club for free, end up going home with the man. Somehow the parents find out. Somehow now the man is in trouble, right? And we're sitting in court. The judge asks a question: what happened? Why did you do this? And you're sitting over here like, you know what? Well, I mean, she was in the club. I thought she was of age. She gave me this fake ID. Right? But once again, the man still goes to jail. The woman walks scot-free. But regardless, when you look at Josh Giddey's situation, I get that he definitely needs to be in jail, right? Nobody's excusing this behavior. However, the brother's from Australia, right? He was born and raised in Australia, right? He went to high school in Australia. He played in the Australian basketball league. Now, now people are going to be like, what does that have to do with anything? What does that have to do with anything? Given that he's in Australia, the age of consent in Australia varies, right? From 16 to 17. So this guy probably has been messing with women who were probably 16, 17 for a pretty long time. And once again, I'm not excusing his behavior, but if we're going to judge this man, let's look into it, right? Now, once again, I'm not excusing his behavior because once again, when you look at Brittany Griner, when she went over there to Russia, hey, well, I got this little pen. I didn't know it was in my bag, yada. Yeah. There's no excuse that you can tell people in their country that's going to get you out of a situation, right? There's no excuse that you can tell them that's going to get you out of a situation because, hey, they are saying you have to understand the laws. You have to understand the law. So he's coming down here messing around with, women that are, underage. You know what I'm saying? That's something that you should know that, that you at the end of the day, you're responsible. You have to be held accountable for that. Let's be honest. If lawyers gets involved, right, they definitely have the excuse to say, hey, well, you know what? If they say, you know what, we're going to attack this head on, we're just going to tell the truth. This man was born and raised in Australia, played basketball in Australia, probably had some run-ins with women that were probably 16, 17. He is coming down here with the ignorance that, hey, he can do the same thing there, right? He believed that he can do the same thing here. Y'all try to give Brittany Griner that same pass. I'm just saying, would you be able to give him the same pass, right? Once again, I get the situation. I get the validity of the situation. He should know. At the end of the day, he should have known. What, like I said, maybe he needs to, I don't know, probably be suspended for a whole year, right? Like they'll do any other brother, But what I'm saying is, once again, if you're going to look at him and you're going to judge him, let's judge the whole thing. This man sat up here, right? Born, raised Australia, basketball in Australia, high school. You know what I'm saying? So would you not at least say, hey, well, maybe he did come to America thinking he could do the same thing that he be doing in Australia, right? Just like how a lot of us be sitting over here taking things to other countries thinking that, hey, well, I'm thinking we could do the same thing. I'm thinking that, I can bring this stuff here. It's legal down here. I'm pretty sure I can bring it over here. It doesn't work that way. You have to know the laws, but what I'm saying is, though, a lot of people gave Brittany Griner a pass. Would y'all give this man a pass knowing that he lives in Australia? He was born and raised in Australia. He came over here to America, thinking that he can do the same thing. Would y'all give him that understanding and that pass? That's my biggest question.